Alright, what can you see from the picture? It's a Malacca Sultanate, right? So this is the Sultan here. So we are going to discuss about the characteristics of traditional Malay politics. Earlier on, I have already mentioned on the syllabus, inside the syllabus content, that under characteristics of traditional Malay politics, there are two terms that are very important in understanding the characteristics of traditional Malay politics. The first one is the feudal system, and then the second one is social contract, right? If you still remember. So now we are going to discuss further on what is feudal system and what is social contract. Okay, feudal system is defined as a strictly hierarchical political and economic system in which land is granted in return for military or labor services. This is based on Oxford Dictionary. Yeah? For example, in terms of Malaysian political history, Malacca Sultanate is the example of practicality of a feudal system. Okay, the feudal era in Malaysia, Malay Sultanate, started in the glorious era of Malacca, practices a system of absolute monarchy in which the monarchy system is ruled by a king or sultan. They have the absolute power, yeah, on the rakyats or on the people under them, the ruling class. So Malay society was basically divided into two traditional social strata, in which the first one is the ruling class, consists of kings and noblemen, and then the ruled class consists of ordinary people and also slaves. The ruler had absolute power and was a protector of the rule, who had a political duty to be loyal to the ruler. Relations between the ruler and the ruled were based on an idea of social contract. So what is social contract? We are going to discuss about it further later on. Okay, administration during Malacca Sultanate versus modern day Malaysia. The simple comparison for principal ministers. So we will only look through 4 important ministers in Malaysia, in which we can compare it with the previous position in Malacca Sultanate. Okay. Bendahara. Bendahara is similar with the Prime Minister. Meanwhile, for Penghulu Bendahari, who is always in charge of money and finance, it is similar with the position of Finance Minister in Malaysia. How about Temenggong? Temenggong is the Chief of Police. And Laksamana is same with the Admiral. Okay, next, social contract. Okay, social contract is defined as an actual or hypothetical compact or agreement between the rule and their rulers, defining the rights and duties of each other. So this is the definition from Britannica. Yeah? In general, social contract is actually an idea that stated the existence of agreement between the ruler and ruling class about their scope of duties toward each other. Okay, how is social contract related to the feudal system? Okay. Social contract during the feudal era in Malaysia, in which we take the Malacca Sultanate as the example, and also our Malay Sultanate, the current one, to understand the meaning of the perspective of social contract. So based on the concepts of sovereign or daulat in Malay and disloyal, derhaka in Malay, the concept of derhaka or disloyal referred to any acts and expression against the king's order. So the Malay rulers were in a specific position as a divine rulers in society, which could not be challenged or criticized by the people. And then the rule are loyal servants to the ruler as long as the ruler brings prosperity and justice to society. If the ruler violated his contract by brutality and oppression, the people could act to bring down the ruler. So class, please bear in mind that for traditional Malay politics, The terms of feudal system and social contract are very important in understanding the practicality of the administration during that period of time. In a simple understanding, feudal system is a system that explains the connection between the ruling and the ruled class in one sovereignty. Meanwhile, for a social contract, it is the idea or the theory that stated that there is an agreement, an intangible one, exists between the ruling and the ruled class about their scope of duties towards each other. As you can see from the slide, the whole sentences explain on the duty of the ruler and the ruling class in a feudal system. The duty of their ruler is seen as having the obligation to rule fairly. As for the ruling class, they have the responsibility to obey the ruler of the country.